Hello and welcome to ONTV's coverage of Lake Orion High School varsity hockey. Tonight the Dragons are up against a very tough opponent in the University Liggett Knights. Tonight is senior night, a very special night each season where we get to honor the seniors for their contributions to Lake Orion hockey, and the players in turn get to thank and honor their parents for giving them the opportunity to play this great game and develop their skills throughout the years. We can both relate to having seniors from last year's team, can't we, Larry?
Absolutely. It's a great night.
It's a great night. It's a very emotional time for parents and players. For a lot of them, it's the end of organized hockey careers, and many beginning with life lessons learned. So the hockey journey here is a very special one. I've always thought that hockey's the ultimate team sport, and it teaches the teamwork, leadership, and lifelong friendships and memories that these kids will take with them throughout their adult lives.
Yeah, you say that, Craig, and I got Dylan playing in different places all over the country, and the friendships. It's amazing the number of people I'm sure Shane's running into and Dylan runs into every day, every weekend they play games. Guys from in different states that played with them here in Michigan.
Absolutely, and it's a time for these players to thank their parents. I mentioned that, and you know, all the 6 a.m. practices and sub-zero temperatures and driving through snowstorms to get to travel tournaments and interstate travel and everything else and all the equipment and ice bills. It's a great night for them to give a little bit back to their parents and say thank you. And boy, it's an emotional time for the mothers and the fathers, whether they admit it or not.
Yeah, it sure is. And the long rides home after a loss are coming to an end, and the not long enough rides home after a big win are coming to an end as well. So it'll be a great night for the parents, the players. It should be fun.
Absolutely. Well, I'm Craig Stockwell, and I'll be calling tonight's action along with my broadcast partner, Larry Rosen.
Well, we've been here, 5 games, so I think
everybody knows us, right?
Absolutely.
Well, the Dragons are coming off a tough 5-3 loss against the Clarkston Wolves. They enter this matchup with a 5-8-8 record, while the Knights come in with a much better record at 11-8, and probably have taken a few losses while missing some players. They've had some injury and illness problems on this team, but boy, they're a tough team to handle, and the Dragons are going to have their hands full tonight. What are the Dragons going to have to do tonight to pull out a win, Larry?
Well, first and foremost, they got to build off the senior night emotion. Don't let the moment consume them, and play tough, play for their parents, play for the school, their last home regular season game. The emotion's a big thing, and feed off of it tonight, Craig. And of course, they got to play with a physical edge. Liggett's a little older, bigger team. Orion's got to lean on the seniors, play physical tonight, and that's really one of the most important things. And then, as always, like we say, it's a broken record in hockey. Play strong defense and take advantage of opportunities, take advantage of power plays when you have them, and put the puck in the net and shoot the puck.
Absolutely. It's going to be critical tonight. They play the tough defense, and defense a lot of times turns into offense. And if you stay true to it, then you have opportunities to win hockey games like the Dragons have had all year long. They've been in just about every game they've played, and the ones they've lost have been tight and they've been tough. And we expect to see a lot more of the same from the Dragons tonight. Yeah,
the last, they've been in every game. And the last game we broadcast, we talked a lot about it. The transition game was key, and it was phenomenal, good passing, especially early in the game. They got to do that again. Connect on those transition passes and make good things happen.
Absolutely. Well, there are excellent players on both of these teams, but who stands out to you, Larry? First for the Dragons.
Well, the Dragons, here we go. It's the seniors. They stand out tonight. It's their night. They got to come to play. They got to pick up their teammates. It's about the seniors tonight. They're the players to watch, all of them.
Absolutely, and it's about emotions, and boy, you can't play this game without emotion, but one thing that you have to do is you play with that controlled aggression, right, where you're right on the edge.
That's it, yeah, right on the edge, and you stay on the penalty box. That's the edge. In the penalty box is past the edge, so you got to stay out.
Absolutely, especially with a high-powered offense here that the Knights bring. All right, well, how about the Knights? Who are you going to be looking at tonight?
Well, the Knights, it's a funny team because they play with a short roster over there, but number 21's their key guy. Their senior, Jake Soika, I think he's a 4-year player there, played part of this season junior hockey in Canada. Very skilled guy, played at a lot of high levels, played with and against our sons. at the younger years. Jake is one of the keys to watch tonight, number 21 in the red, white, and blue.
Absolutely. And boy, a little tidbit, Jake's younger two brothers who are twins, Luke and Josh, are also on this team. Luke being the starting goaltender, number 30, and number 12, Josh, is a starting defenseman tonight. So you got three Soikas starting for the Knights tonight. It's looking a lot more like the Liggett Soikas than the Liggett Knights.
Yeah, well, the Soikas have a longtime family in that Grosse Pointe area, and have very big contributors to Liggett, and their kids are part of the program. And there's another year of Soika after Jake graduates this year over there at Liggett. So good family and real good players.
Absolutely, and I've had the pleasure to coach against Father Rich. Rich and Kay are the parents of these fine young men. Great people, and like you mentioned, my oldest son played a couple of years with Jake and got to know the Soika family, and you're just not going to meet better people. So
good people.
Well, with that, we're going to step aside for a moment, but when we return to this very special coverage of Dragons Senior Night activities, we'll take a look at the starting lineups and bring you the opening puck drop. You are watching ONTV's coverage of Lake Orion High School varsity hockey. Please stay tuned.
Hey, this is Mickey York from Fox Sports Detroit. When I want to get the inside scoop on local sports, I watch Between Terminus or Fox Sports Detroit.
Can't make it out to the third annual ONTV Feed Our Fish food drive? Well, you still can contribute. Surf on over to our website at orionontv.org and donate $5 through PayPal. Just click on the Feed Our Fish banner on our homepage, then click on the yellow Donate button. Every dollar goes directly to the Oxford Orion Fish Food Pantry. So donate and tune in on Saturday, February 9th from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. right here on ONTV, Comcast Channel 10, and Uverse Channel 99.
Well, now, folks, it's time to meet our senior class for the 2012-2013 Lake Orion Dragons. And Larry, it's been a up and down kind of season, and it's a lot of bumps in the road. And when you have that kind of season, you really got to lean on your senior class to keep that positive mental attitude.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. The seniors are important at every organization in high school hockey, and no different tonight for Lake Orion.
Now our first senior, the goaltender, number 1, Roland Alexander Pouget IV, more commonly known as Raleigh to his teammates, being met by parents Roland and Cindy. Raleigh plans to pursue a career in music production, is currently reviewing all of his options. He's a first-year varsity player, played on the JV for 3 seasons, and he began his hockey as a mite at the Onyx in Rochester, which is probably a common theme for a lot of these players. He began as a skater, playing both forward and defense, and became a full-time goaltender when his coach termed him or coined the nickname the Rollinator after Dominic Hasek, as we all know, the Dominator with the Red Wings. So he's played against many of his Dragon teammates over the years and has enjoyed each and every season. Number 14, Nolan Page, also known as Noni or Nono, being met by his parents, Brad and Kathy. Nolan plans to go into sports management, also wants to play baseball at the college level too. His university is yet to be decided. He's a first-year varsity player. He also played 3 seasons on the JV for Lake Orion, and he's also a varsity baseball player and accomplished hitter for the Lake Orion Dragons. He's played organized hockey and baseball since the age of 4, and just a little tidbit, his older brother Trevor, also a Lake Orion varsity hockey player in 05 and 06. Next up will be number 17, Alex Birschbach, forward, being met by his parents, Brian and Lisa. Alex plans to continue his education and is undecided on his school and major of study. He's also a first-year varsity player. He's played JV for 2 seasons at Lake Orion, and he began his hockey career as a mite playing at the Onyx in Rochester. He's played on teams in Novi, Farmington, and Walled Lake JV and varsity teams before joining the Dragons. The highlight of his career thus far, according to Alex, is when he played on a Farmington team that went undefeated for the season. He comes from a long line of hockey players, including his father, uncles, brother, who also played 3 years of Lake Orion varsity, and a cousin who currently plays at Western Michigan University. Next up will be number 19, Adam Litticoat, a defenseman, son of the late Michael Litticoat. He's being greeted here today by his mother, Dorothea, and his stepfather, Andrew Pradle. His post-graduation plans include attending Columbia College in Chicago, where he'll study film and video production with a concentration in directing and cinematography. He's a first-year varsity player. He's played on the JV for 3 seasons also, and he's played on various hockey teams with the Rochester Hockey Club since his Mite days. Some achievements: he's won numerous athletic and academic awards. He's particularly proud of those he has achieved in film and television broadcasting. Adam is regular on the Lake Orion High School closed circuit television updates that they get every day at the high school. What do they call that, Larry?
I don't know.
I can't remember. My apologies. That's Adam Litticoat. Now next is number 20, John J.P. Kraus. He's a forward and a big body that likes to bang in the corners. He likes the physical aspect of the game. He'll be attending Oakland Community College to become a firefighter EMS. If you're in trouble, this is a guy you want on your side.
No kidding.
He's a first-year varsity player. He's played on the JV for 2 seasons. He's played travel hockey with the Lapeer Storm, and he scored 20 goals in 2010. He's very proud of that stat. He's played freshman football at Lake Orion as a defensive lineman. He loves hockey and plans on continuing in men's leagues as he begins college. And he's just hopeful that he can stay out of the penalty box.
Don't we all wish for that?
Just a little more information. He spends his summers working at Keatington Beach, and he enjoys the physical part of hockey, which we don't really need to talk about. You'll see that later. Now the next player is number 27, Kurt Latshaw, forward. Scary moment for Kurt last year in the OAA Red Division Championship game when he took a hit from behind, suffered a neck injury, and things were a little bit precarious, but he's done a nice job of recovering, coming back from that. Kurt is being met by his parents, Dennis and Carol, and his post-graduation plans, he plans on attending Oakland University or Western Michigan University. He's not made that decision yet. He's a 2-year varsity player. He played on JV for the 2 seasons prior, and he has received 2 athletic letters. Began his hockey career at the age of 4. He first played as a Mite at Lakeland and several other years there before skating at DSC. He played for the USA Dragons and the USA Alley Cats before joining the Lake Orion Dragons. So there's Kurt Latshaw, and I'm sure a very emotional moment, as it is for all these seniors, as his parents walk him over to join the rest of the seniors.
Yep, and after the way last year ended with that injury, I'm sure this is a real proud night for the Latshaw family.
Absolutely. Now the senior captains. The first one we'll talk about is number 4, an alternate captain, Mark Nyland, a defenseman, a standout and a starter all season. Being met by his parents, John and Kim. Mark will be attending Michigan State University in the fall. He's clearly my favorite player. And his field of study will be pre-law.
Well, let's say he's your favorite senior.
He's my favorite senior. There you go. There's another Spartan up and coming, isn't there? Athletically, he's played 2 years on the varsity. He began playing hockey as a mini-mite in Ohio. He's played several years of travel hockey, 1 year at the AAA level, and he's earned the Lamp of Learning Award throughout his high school career. Now the final senior, last but not least, number 8, your captain, David Otto, another defenseman and stalwart on the blue line for the Dragons this season. He's being greeted by his parents, David and Karen. He's considering CMU and Northwood University, both excellent schools, to attend next year. He's interested in business and studying sports marketing. He may also investigate college club hockey organizations to continue playing the sport he loves. He's a 2-year varsity player. He skated ice and roller since he was 4 years old. His first hockey interest as a toddler with a little yellow plastic hockey net and a red stick. Boy, that sounds familiar to me.
Yeah, no kidding.
He played for hours on end in the family room. So played organized hockey for various Detroit travel clubs, including Royal Oak, where his grandparents helped start that hockey association and the ice arena. At the age of 11, he played in the Czech Republic for an 8-day international tournament that included other players from across the country, and they finished second, which is very impressive. He played lacrosse as a freshman and sophomore, and he's considering playing lacrosse again in his senior season. He's an honor-roll student at Lake Orion High School and clearly a leader for your Lake Orion Dragons. So, folks, there they are, your 8 seniors, the graduating class this year of the Lake Orion hockey team. How about that, Larry?
Yeah, it's always great to see the seniors out there. This is a special night for them to be on the ice with their parents, present their moms with a few nice white or red roses, and just a great night to, we participated in this last year with my son Dylan, your son Shane. It's just a great night. A lot of fun here, senior night.
Absolutely. Very emotional time, like we mentioned before, and it's a wonderful night for a lot of these players. This is probably the last organized hockey they'll play on this team, and it's a great send-off after the many years of training that they've put in the sport that they love.
Yeah, it's great, and their their passion for their school and their classmates, and to represent Lake Orion and represent their families. A lot of good character here in hockey.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for joining us for the senior night festivities, and we're going to take a short break here, but when we come back, we will have game action right here at Detroit Skating Club, Rink C, with your Lake Orion Dragons taking on University of Liggett Knights.
That's with a K.
Thank you, and please come back.
We own a Habitat home.
I love working on my Habitat home.
Soy dueño de una casa de Habitat.
My neighbor is a Habitat homeowner.
Being a Habitat homeowner has changed our lives.
My mortgage payment for Habitat is less than what I pay for rent.
Habitat for Humanity of Oakland County currently has homes available with mortgage payments lower than most rent payments. If you or someone you know needs decent and affordable housing, call 248-338-1843 or visit our website at habitatoakland.org.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jean Wagner, Doctor of Naturopathic Medicine. I am the host of Natural Health for All Ages on ONTV. In this day and age where people's diets may be lacking or stress really affects people's health in different ways, or health may not be as up to par, I give tips on using natural things like food, supplements, herbs, homeopathic remedies, and other naturally derived substances to help the body to bring itself into balance so that the body will be able to make its own natural substances and to get the nutrition it needs to heal itself. So I hope you will tune in to ONTV. You can also watch full-length episodes on YouTube by looking up Jean Wagner ND.
All right, well, welcome back to Detroit Skating Club, Rink C, where we're about to drop the puck for another Lake Orion Dragons hockey game. And we're going to start with the starting lineups. Larry, why don't you get us started here with the Grosse Pointe University Liggett Knights.
All right, for the visiting Liggett Knights in red, white, and blue tonight, we got on forward number 10, Vince Scarfone. On forward number 11, Manny Kaunsman. And another forward, number 21, Jake Soika. And on defense, number 7, L.A. Grissom. And the other defenseman, number 12, Josh Soika. And the goaltender, number 30, Josh Soika. If you joined us late, there are 3 Soikas in the starting lineup for Liggett. It is not a mispronunciation or me reading the wrong names. It's 3 Soikas in the starting lineup for the Knights.
Right, but the third one is number 30, Luke Soika.
Oh, Luke Soika,
Well, he is a twin, but he doesn't share a name with Josh.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. And I missed it. Hey, first mistake I ever made.
All right. And for the Dragons, starting at center, number 17, Alex Birschbeck. At left wing, number 14, Nolan Page. At right wing, number 27, Kurt Latshaw. At defense, number 19, Adam Litticoat. And at the other defenseman position, number 20, John Cross. And in between the pipes, the senior, number 1, Raleigh Pouget. And what we have here for the seniors tonight, or for the Dragons tonight, is an all-senior starting lineup. The coach has gone with six seniors to start the game, and the 2 captains elected to let a couple of guys get a start that don't normally get one. And boy, that's a class move, Larry.
Yeah, it is, and they just got to stem the storm here. These group of seniors not used to starting and playing in these positions, and good move by Coach Field. That seniors are probably really excited about this.
Well, I thought we were going to get a whistle there, but
we should have got a whistle, Craig, and the referee was a weenie as far as I'm concerned.
Fantastic. All right, and now the Dragons break out and clear the zone, and Nolan Page will be happy to dump this in deep, and the Dragons will look for a change. And Latshaw putting on pressure.
They should be back to their regular lines right now, Craig. Honoring the seniors was an awesome move by Coach Field and the staff.
Absolutely. Something you just can't take lightly. These kids have put a lot of their heart and soul into this program, and a little tip of the cap from the head coach always goes a long way.
Yeah, sure does.
Now Sidlowski will gather it, circle back, regroup over to Nyland. Throws it over for Otto, but just misses him. Right out front, and they score. Well, a little miscommunication, misconnection there by the senior defenseman, and boy, it ends right up in the back of the net.
Yeah, sure does. It looks like Nyland fired it over to Otto behind the net, and quite honestly, I think Otto thought the Ford was there to pick up that puck off the half board, and it wasn't to be so. It was a red, white, and blue night.
Yeah, it certainly looked like that. Sidlowski looking to get it back. Drives to the net. Shot goes wide into the corner. Guy went chase, but the Knights are able to break out. 16 with speed, and they're offsides. Dragons are able to break out, take advantage, dump it in deep. Kirshner and chase. And Guy was going to, no, he doesn't pinch it off, and here come the Knights.
Well,
shot goes high into the net.
I'm more watching the game, trying to see if I can recognize the names on the jersey back here. Sorry about that, Craig.
Hey, no problem.
But what I saw there is a nice rush by Sidlowski there. Pretty good forecheck by the Dragons. They just got to stem the tide here of that first goal, that quickie that, just bad timing and miscommunication.
Absolutely. Brisky on the forecheck with a little help from Casey. The Dragons try to dump it in, but Bach didn't get all of that one. Oh, and Straw steps up and makes a nice play.
Yeah, excellent play, stepping up, reading that pass, and made a good play and got the clear.
Well, and a freshman, Casey, makes a nice attempt up the boards. It just doesn't get through. The Knights player made a nice play to take that in the neutral zone.
I'm sure did. I'm a big fan of that boards pass there, and it was a really nice play. Almost connected.
Well, it looks like the Knights like to get that puck to the net and throw traffic in front of the goaltender. What do you think, Larry?
Yeah, I'd say that's the game plan for them so far. Putting the puck deep in the zone. More often than not, it's going on the net.
Strauss regrouping. Soika and chase. Number 7, Grissom pinches. Gets the puck in deep. Here come the Dragons. Stretch pass. Doesn't connect to Mesta.
Yeah, good pass, though. I like it. I like what I see there, Craig.
Boy, this Knights team really cycles the puck well and regroups well to turn retreat into aggression.
Yeah, and a fine save there by Pouget.
Back in deep for the Knights. Stockwell and Chase knocks it around the near side.
Odd man rush here. No, didn't have the following forward there, Craig.
Latshaw tries to break out, but it's intercepted by Soika. Taken in, and Page steps in and clears the zone. Cross ice pass to Councilman. And the puck clears the zone once again and all the way down into the Knights zone.
Yeah, nice play by Latshaw interfering with Soika, the defenseman, to allow that full zone clear.
Stockwell throws it in deep. I think he had a little room there to do something.
Yeah, it looks like he was completing the change there, Craig. Nothing wrong with that play there. The puck's deep. Dragons got control, got a fresh group of 5 on the ice.
Burschback looking to get something out front. Latshaw battling in the corner. Intercepted by Page and thrown back in deep, and they're going to change at least one more forward. Otto with the shot from the point. Deflected, rebound wide.
Yeah, it looks like Latshaw had a little more time on that pass, Craig. He had a forward breaking in hard, and the pass went all the way out to the point man.
Absolutely, Burschback, no stranger to physical play. Steps into the night. The Knights come in on a charge. Shot doesn't get through. Backhand out front. Bothered by Otto. Number 16 controls. Oh, and Nyland steps in and makes a nice play. Now he's off to the races. Splits the D. He's got an opportunity. Shoots. Soika's there for the save.
Great save. Great save. Yeah, it looks that was an excellent play by Nyland. He just picked the puck off, stepped in between the back checker and the defenseman, and then turned the Jets on for a fine scoring chance and a good save by Luke Soika, the goaltender.
Boy, we've seen Nyland all year long use that long frame to join the rush and to headman the puck. But boy, he looked like he really had a step there when he split the D and got a nice scoring chance.
Yeah, he made 2 moves, one out center ice and one inside the blue line to break himself free. It was an excellent play, and Soika was, stood the test.
You got the hard charging fourth line out here, checking line, looking to slow this Knight team down. Nice play by Kraus to intercept, and he's going to, he just skates past the puck. Looked like he was going to clear the zone. Might have gotten away with a little interference there, but no harm, no foul. Number 9 with the puck, picked off by the Dragons, but thrown weakly to the point.
Seeing a little,
down in the corner.
Craig, a little unnecessary panic in the Dragons D. They got time, and they're just getting rid of the puck when they got time to make a quality pass.
And throwing it weakly up the boards. And well, the Knights player gets about 4 or 5 whacks at it before someone sits him down behind the net.
Yeah, but I do like the fact that he did get sat down at the corner of the net, and the Dragons took him out of the play. But the Dragons got to be a little more sure of their passes, not be so afraid that their passing going to be picked off. They have some time, they have some space, but they're not using it. Oh, okay. Well, and we had.
And we're working to live action.
We're working with the new instant replay tonight, so it's going to be a couple minutes before we get this figured out, but we're going to give it a heck of a try.
Our own learning and maturation process to mirror our young Dragons. Sidlowski battling along the wall, gets it over to Kirchner. Looks like the Dragons might have something going here. Oh, and the stick and a foot and a fall down and no call. Cross ice pass to 17. He gets in, toe drag, and he shoots. He scores.
17. That's Steve Campo for the red, white, and blue University Liggett team. Pouchet made the initial save, and he just snuck off his blocker and went in.
Yeah, he breaks in. Nice toe drag move. Quick wrist shot beats him short stick side. And, boy, I don't know that Raleigh really squared up as he might have liked to on that shot.
Yeah.
And he looked a little deep in the crease.
Yeah, coming out and cutting off the angle. But he did make a nice toe drag around the Orion defenseman who's got to play the body and not the puck in that play.
You really got to close the gaps down there and play the body in that situation, don't you, Larry?
That's the name of the game. You got to take him off the puck and not let him sneak around you like that.
Well, it's a 2-0 Liggett lead. 9:51 left in the first period. And the Dragons are looking to find their mojo. Ryan Sidlowski leading the breakout for the Dragons. Throws it in deep. Gaiwa in chase. He better get on his horse. And out it comes. And a delayed offsides, but here's a 2-on-1 for Liggett. Shoots. Saved up high off the glass. Nice save by Raleigh. Comes back to the point.
Nice 2-on-1. That's where David Otto just tossed the puck right to the defender in that play.
Nyland throws it out for Sidlowski on a stretch pass. And, boy, they almost had something. Aggressive plays, that's what I'm looking for, Larry. You mentioned making that good first pass and not being tentative, but I think it's about being aggressive, too.
Yep, you're absolutely right, Craig. And the forecheck's been good for the Dragons. Just a few. Oh, we got a penalty coming up to the red, white, and blue here.
All right, there's a whistle. And, well, the Dragons are going to go to a power play and try to get this game back into a manageable single-digit lead for the Knights. And, well, there you go. Your player to watch, Jacob Soika, is the first one to volunteer to spend a little time in the sin bin.
Yeah, I've known Jake a while. This is not his first time in that particular area, the penalty box, but he's a fine player and just got caught with out his stick and ended up throwing the Dragon to the ice.
Absolutely. Not a rough and tumble penalty by any means, just unfortunate circumstance.
Yep, Dragons win the draw.
Mesta with a quick shot wide. Whoa, and that one went off of someone's skate right through the crease. Well, that's a dangerous play there in front of the Knights net. Quick shot from the wing.
High and wide.
Down into the corner, and the Knights are going to clear. They look to try to make something happen shorthanded. The Dragons are going to have to be cognizant of that when they're on the power play, not to let the Knights get behind them.
Yeah, and they got an aggressive forecheck here on the penalty kill for the Knights. Dragons got to really, if they can take advantage of this a long pass, it becomes a 3-on-2 or 4-on-2 play.
Over to Mesta. He looks for Latshaw. Latshaw walks it in. He's looking for his options. Drops it back for Mesta. Quick shot gets knocked down by Yates. Back to Mesta. Over to Otto. Quick shot, high and wide. Sounds familiar.
Got to put that puck on the net, Craig. It's not going to help hitting the glass behind the net.
Yates throws it in deep, and Strauss can't handle it with his glove hand. He'll go back and retrieve it in the corner. He's looking to set up another charge with 50 seconds left in the Lake Orion power play.
Yeah, man advantage. You got to put the puck on the net and hope for a rebound.
Otto head manning it up through the neutral zone. Throws it into the corner high. Kirshner back to the point. Strauss able to hold it in, but then he throws it right back out as Otto's playing just outside the zone. Down in deep, and is it Grissom?
Yep, that's Grissom, number 7.
Clears the puck all the way down the ice, and maybe the Dragons get one more charge here if they're sharp. Wow, dangerous play right through the blue ice. Over to Otto, and they're going to turn it right over, and here comes Grissom.
Yeah, this is a fine player, this number 7 for Liggett. Big defenseman, number 7.
Quick, aggressive, and looks like he's got a pretty heavy shot, too.
And not afraid to jump into the play.
Boy, you're still seeing a lot of mamby-pamby passes out of the Dragons tonight, Larry.
Yes, you know, the 2-foot pass is what my son always said is, if it's a 2-foot pass, then why are you passing off your problem to me?
Yeah.
So.
Well, mamby-pamby is a technical term.
Yes, I've looked that up in a few chemical dictionaries, and it's been in there.
Bresky and Chase, and the Knights are able to clear. Janowski with the puck.
And the Knights are back to full strength here, Craig.
Back through the neutral zone. Kirshner takes a quick shot, steered aside with no problem by Soika. Back in deep for Kirshner. He tries to center it, and it comes out, and here come the Knights again. Josh Soika with the puck. Well, and in doubt, call Soika when you're playing the Liggett team.
Yeah, that was an excellent play by number 7, Josh Grebe, on Soika in front of the net. He tried the toe drag, and number 7 for the Dragons took the body. It was an excellent play.
Absolutely. Nice centering pass out front, too, but the Dragons are able to break that up.
That last play there, Craig, with Sidlowski rushing the puck down the wing, I'd like him to use his speed and take it wide on that D-man. He has the ability to do that. Instead of take that long slap shot from Nowheresville that doesn't have any chance to go in the net.
And the Knights try a stretch pass there, and they don't connect, and we got an icing. We're going to come back to the right of Luke Soika for a drop of the puck. You've got the Stockwell, Latshaw, Page line out with the captains, Otto and Nyland, for the Dragons. Puck one back into the corner for the Dragons, but the Knights are able to take it away and break out. Stockwell steps in, intercepts, tries to clear the zone, does not. Otto blocks a pass, a centering pass, number 9's, and they score.
Oh, that was just a fine.
Right back to 16, Yates for basically an empty net shot.
That was a fine heads-up play, more or less a reversal of direction by the Liggett team. He went behind the net, defenseman chased him, and he just dumped a hard drop pass to his forward waiting on the doorstep with Riley Pouchet going to the other post. It was an open net, and he had no fault to the goalie on that play, Craig.
No, and I think that was number 9, Jake Jerome, who took that behind the net and made that play. I don't know, number 8 was out there as well, but I'm pretty sure it was number 9.
Yeah, it was a great play.
And here come the Knights on a breakout through the neutral zone. Looks like they're offsides, and the linesman finally caught up.
Yeah, well, they're in no hurry out here. There's another familiar face out there for Liggett, that Mr. Cam Marchese. I think he's a senior this year. Played with our guys and against our guys for many years.
The name definitely sounds familiar. Well, 4:45 left in the first period, and boy, it's been a tough start on senior night for the Dragons. 3-0 score, and as Raleigh Pouget, the starting goaltender, makes a stop, and we're going to get another face-off just to his right. You've got Drew Casey taking the draw?
No, it's Chappie.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's Jake Chappie. And another quick rebound. And Mr. Pouget is going to have to get on that post a little quicker.
A little quicker, but he did recover well and make a nice save.
Gould through the neutral zone, and the Knights are able to break it up and come back the other way. Number 13 with the puck up the wall, throws it to the middle, and it goes into the other corner. Gould in chase, looks to move it, but gets it right back out to Grissom at the point.
That's what you call an old-fashioned giveaway there, Craig.
Boy, they're trying to bang off the glass, and it really doesn't look like it's going to be an effective play against this veteran defense for the Liggett team.
No, it sure doesn't. And there was another one of your technical mamby-pamby passes by an Orion D-man.
Absolutely. Here comes Bach with some speed, and he's going to throw it in deep, and we're going to get some fresh legs out here for the Dragons. Need some fresh fire-breathing Dragon play is what we need.
Yeah, we got no emotion, no energy at all tonight. And there was a nice play. Good hit by Sidlowski to give himself separation in front of the net there.
Well, Guywa gets a nice shot off, and then he takes a nice shot as Grissom plants him into the ice. After the shot, I don't know if that was, looked like that might have been a little bit late on that.
Well, that's the second play I've seen like that. Chappie took a shoulder after the whistle a few moments ago as well. And the Dragons need to start standing up for themselves, I think, here, Craig.
Absolutely. It looked like Alex was shaking his head there a little bit, but you're absolutely right. You gotta play this game with grit, and you gotta give it back when you're getting it.
And
shot by 11 goes wide. Gronowski in the corner. Breakout pass to Sidlowski, and he's off to the races.
Yeah, there's a penalty shot. They need to call that one right here.
They might have a penalty shot here.
See if they'll call it.
See. No, it looks like he's going to put him in the box.
I'm a big fan of the penalty shot, especially here at home. 3-0 ball game. I think that he was in the clear. I think that's a bad call by the referee, Craig.
Well, by my lack of excitement, you can see I was surprised by that play as well. But Sidlowski made a really nice play to cut through the middle and split the defense, and got a nice little scoring chance there, even though he was being hauled down. So I guess the fact that he got the shot off probably negates the penalty shot.
Yeah, it's one of those rules I have yet to understand, the oops, I got the shot off rule.
Yeah, I don't like that one either. And the second power play for the Dragons. Nyland with a shot, deflected in front. Nice deflection by Page. Back down into the corner. Here comes Casey. Kicks it around for Latshaw. Back to Page. Looking for Casey behind the net. Looking to the point. Back for Nyland. And he's going to give it back to Casey. Over to Mesta. Quick shot. And Soika saw it the whole way. You're going to have to get traffic in front of this goaltender.
No traffic. He squares up well, Craig.
He's a solid goaltender. He's played a lot of high-level travel. He's played a little bit of AAA. And he's a guy that's going to be in position more times than not. So you really have to get traffic in front, try to bang in some rebounds with some heavy lifting.
Well, we got fresh legs here with 1:22 left. Let's see how we do here.
A hard around, number 9 Jerome up through the neutral zone, and 16's got speed. If Strauss can keep up, and he plays the body and just messes with him enough to make that puck go harmlessly into the corner.
Just enough piece of him.
Well, sometimes that's all you got to do, right? You just change the trajectory of the play.
Yep, exactly.
Kirshner and Chase, and he's going to beat 8 to the puck. Let's see if he can make something happen. Oh, and he takes a hit from behind, but they're not going to make that call.
He takes a hit from behind and a hold, but besides that, it was pretty legal.
I don't know if the ref saw that he thought he turned into it or what, but it looked pretty clearly like a hit from behind into the boards to me. Stockwell with the puck through the neutral zone, trying to make a play. He's got no help. The Dragons are going to have to come with a little bit of energy and effort on the forecheck. Can't tell you how many times we've seen a 1-on-4. Nice save by Raleigh as we nonchalantly get back to cover up on D.
Yeah, it was a close back check by Stockwell. You'd like to see them be a little bit tighter on the coverage there, Craig.
Absolutely. The Knights breaking out through the neutral zone. 3 standing up for the Dragons. Number 7 Grieve forces him wide.
That was a
back to the point. He's going to hold it in. 13.
That was a 2-on-5, Craig. The Dragons got beat on there.
Well, I'll tell you, that really did not look like a power play to me.
No, sir.
The Dragons looked short-handed in a situation where they had the extra man. Josh Soika into the corner, and Page takes the puck away, and Weekly tries to get it up the boards. Stockwell with a backhand is able to clear, and that's about it as they get some fresh legs back on the ice.
Yeah. There's a play there you'd like Latchau to just play the body, and he ends up plays the body on that play, and he'd end up himself with a nice breakaway from blue line in.
Absolutely. 21-on-21 there. Soika in the corner gets the puck taken away by Kraus. Up ahead to Mesta and out. And here come the Knights on a regroup. I'll tell you, I am just not seeing the team. I don't know if it's a team speed thing, Larry, or if it's just a Knights tasting and smelling the blood, and the Dragons kind of licking their wounds a little bit, but they're being completely outplayed right now.
I see it's a little bit of what you just said, but I also see it's lack of effort and passion. They're not out, they're outmanned a little bit tonight because of the experience of the Knights, but you got to play with heart and desire, and I haven't seen much of it tonight, Greg.
And I really hate to see this. Hanging heads go into the locker room, and I've seen it all year long at times, and it's a little bit frustrating because when you head to that locker room after a period like that, you got to be thinking about the next shift. What can I do to help my team turn it around? And you don't turn it around 3 goals at a time. You turn it around one shift and one battle and one race at a time.
Absolutely right, Craig. And you know what? If you got to go into the locker room with the philosophy, if they can score 3 goals in a period, we got 2 periods to score 3 goals to tie them. To go in and with hanging their heads like that, that kind of attitude, defeatist attitude, you got to go in, like you said, one shift at a time, one pass at a time, one face-off at a time. You got 34 minutes left of hockey here, and make the best of it.
Absolutely. Well, at the end of the first period, it is the University Liggett Knights 3 and your Lake Orion Dragons 0, and the shots on goal tell the story, Larry. We got 11 shots for Liggett and only 5 on goal for the Dragons, and I'll tell you, the pressure might even have been a more lopsided margin.
Right, and I think you got a pretty fair performance out of the backup goalie, the senior Riley Pouget. I would say the first goal you would like to have back, but the other 2, I don't think you had much chance on there, Craig.
Absolutely. And we'll be right back with second period action, so please stay tuned. You're watching Lake Orion Dragons hockey on ON TV.
The ONTV Feed Our Fish food drive is quickly approaching. ONTV invites you to tune in or stop by on Saturday, February 9th from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. to donate 5 non-perishable food items to help those in need in our community. Tune into Comcast Channel 10 or AT&T Uverse Channel 99 or into our live web stream at www.orionontv.org Live entertainment will begin at 11 a.m. for those who donate in person. Help make this food drive the biggest yet. The ONTV Feed Our Fish Food Drive, Saturday, February 9th from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. We'll see you there.
3 students were in the hospital this past weekend.
2 honor roll students were hospitalized last night.
5 local students lost their college scholarships last night.
Another local high school student has passed away.
Another 3 dead.
Claimed the life of another local teenager.
The cause?
Alcohol.
Alcohol.
I don't want to be another number.
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 I don't want to be just another number.
Well, welcome back to Detroit Skating Club for second period action. We're about to line it up and drop the puck again. Well, a little bumpy road, rough start here on senior night. First period onslaught by the visiting Knights, and the Dragons have a 3-0 hole that they're going to have to start digging out of one shift at a time, Larry.
Yep, I agree with you there, Craig, and they can't get down on themselves. Be interesting to see what the triumphant over there behind the bench, Field, Hunt, and Norrington had to say to the green and white to have them come out with a little, come out as fire-breathing dragons, so to speak, Craig.
Absolutely. It's sometimes it starts with physical play, sometimes it starts with someone making a spectacular play, but it's got to start somewhere, and it starts with a positive attitude.
And that is not a positive attitude.
Right in on a break, and he misses just wide, number 11. As he gets a breakaway on a missed assignment defensively for the Dragons.
Yeah, right out of the gate.
Guywa throws a errant pass up the middle over to Sidlowski, regrouping with some speed. Tries to cut in, and another missed passing opportunity. Grissom steps up. Stepped into by Otto. Rebound play by Soika. And Raleigh's there to make the save. Oh, and a stretch pass for the Dragons, and Sidlowski gets behind the D, but just can't handle that pass. It was a pretty good pass.
I think it was an excellent pass there, Craig. I think Ryan would like that pass back.
Absolutely. 9 times out of 10, he's going to catch that one. Soika with the shot, and Raleigh makes the save. Up ahead, Ryan Sidlowski swings it back around to Strauss. Soika and chase. Number 10 picks it off. The pass behind the boards, not off the boards. It was kind of lazily thrown around and gets picked off behind the net.
Well, if you're going to make that pass, that D-to-D pass behind the net, and you're not going to make a deflection pass off the boards, you got to put a little mustard on it and get it to your forward or get it to your teammate.
Bach leads the play ahead, dumps it in deep, and that's going to be a hand pass if any Dragon plays it, but the Knights player plays it. And the Knights attempt to break out, but they're going to swing it around to regroup.
Like a little physical action there
by Mesta.
Little physical action by the forward Drew Casey here.
Oh, Casey has a golden opportunity but can't get the shot away. I mean, he got the shot away, but not the shot he was looking for.
Yeah, I think the shot was going in. It went off a Dragon player into the glove of young Luke Soika.
Yeah, it was a pretty fortunate play there for the Knights.
That was followed up by another shot by Strauss there that was also deflected down, and Soika made another fine save.
Jake Soika with the puck. Back to number 8. Quick shot, knocked down in front. Looks like the Dragons line's been out there a while. Here comes Brisky with some speed. Tries to get around 8, in for a shot, and boy, a nice save by Soika, and I'll tell you, it looked like Brisky had him beat. It was a pretty nice, nifty little move and a quick shot.
Yeah, he showed me some afterburners there I haven't seen before, especially in tonight's game, and that was a fine play by Brisky.
Absolutely. Gronowski circles around, looking for some help, cuts to the middle. You better move that puck, and he does, but it gets picked off. Stockwell steps in, takes it back. He plays it deep, and he gets a little sandwich in front of the scorer's table.
Yeah, a little interference run by 12, and a nice behind the play hit by 14 of the Dragons.
And an icing. We'll bring it back, and we'll drop the puck to one side of the Knights goaltender.
Yeah, that
looks like the left side.
That play by Brisky, he's one of the Dragons that plays with the edge, a very physical kid, very emotional guy, and he's a valuable player when he stays on the ice, and those are the kind of plays we can see out of that guy.
Yep, absolutely. Number 9, Stockwell to take the draw. Looks like a win for the Dragons as they go in to force the play, but the Knights are able to pick it up. Out to number 4 with speed. Quick shot wide. Here comes up the near boards. Yates able to hold it in. Wojak with the shot and gloved easily by Raleigh. Looks like Raleigh's picking up some confidence here in the second.
Yeah, it looks like he's playing a little confidence. He was out on the perimeter of the blue crease area. And I'm liking the game I see out of young number 7, Grebe for the Dragons. Made another fine play on a one-on-one.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you, I saw exactly the same thing with Raleigh getting out on the blue.
Another good save.
Into the corner. Backdoor pass goes through.
That's another good play by Grebe to tie up the man on the backside. I like what I see at a number 7.
Grebe gets taken off the puck. And out front, quick shot, steered aside by Raleigh. Over to Latshaw. He's going to move it back around, looking for Page.
There's a much better pass off the boards.
Past Grissom. Stockwell through the neutral zone. He's got someone with him, and he gets held, and they're going to make the call. Oh, and he might have just evened it up.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. That's a horrible call by, you can't, you can't take that retaliation penalty, but he missed the guy more or less. And, I like the feistiness of the play. I just, you got to go on the power play when you're down 3-0. But I'm not overwhelmingly disappointed in the play. I'm more disappointed in the weakness of the call, Craig.
Absolutely, Larry. You know as well as I do that, I have no room for a selfish play to take a penalty to negate a power play. But, that's a frustration play. It was just a little nudge against the boards. No harm, no foul. I have a hard time seeing how you can justify that call.
Yeah, it was a soft call. Let's just say it at that. And they call it a hook on the Knights player, but it wasn't a hook. It was a more or less a head hook with his right hand ripping his head off.
Right. The Knights break out. Soika with the puck. Jake looking for his options. Cuts to the middle. Takes a quick shot. Rebound. And number 1's there for both opportunities.
2 good saves by Puget on that.
Grissom with a shot. Gets knocked down in front by Kirshner. And that might have left a mark.
Yeah, maybe we can see if we can get a replay on those 2 fine saves by Puget and the stoppage in play maybe.
Sedlowski can't handle it. And it's back in deep for the Knights. Nyland tries a hard around to Gaiwa, and he backs off, and the Knights step right in to take the puck.
I think the Dragons got to remember it's still 5-on-5 here, Craig.
Absolutely. Kirshner with some speed, and he's going to let Otto handle it. Steps up, wrist shot, handled easily by Soika.
Here we go.
Well, here's the replay, Larry. You want to call it?
Yeah, we got Soika cutting in on the right side of Puget, comes in with a backhander. Then the rebound comes off and is stopped again by Riley on the right post. Fine play by Puget.
Well, what you like to see there is, again, the confidence to hold his ground. And that's exactly what he did there, and that's why he was in position for that rebound.
So I was really impressed with the play there by Riley. I think that he's stepped up his game here in the second.
Absolutely. Strauss steps in, can't pick off the pass. 17 Burschback cycles it around for the defenseman Bach. He stops in the neutral zone, tries to make a play ahead, picked off by the Knights. Works through and right back with the Knights coming into Dragon zone. Quick shot, steered aside by Raleigh. Number 4 with the puck. Gives it up for number 9. Dragons intercept and try to clear, but it's going to be held in at the line. Nice hustle play by Alex Burschback.
Oh, and that would have been a 2-on-1 right there.
And Grissom getting into it with Burschback. Or I'm sorry, that's Strauss. That makes sense. Grissom with a shot. Gets knocked down to the side of the net. Burschback looking to clear, and he's going to ice it.
Right on net.
It's on net, though. They're going to have to play it. And there's Krause stepping in.
That's a great play, and I'm trying to figure out what that call was.
How is that a penalty? Unbelievable. The guy had the puck.
The only thing they could call there is head contact, and I disagree with that call. I think it's a horrible call.
Well, I'd like to see that replay. I don't think there's any way he hit him anywhere near the head. Well, that's a terrible call.
And they called head contact. You know,
that's brutal. Maybe from where he's standing at 4'8", it looked like he hit him in the head.
Well, you took the words out of my mouth, Craig. You know, but I don't like the call at all. I think you got momentum. You got a big physical play by the Dragons, and the referee, you know, takes your emotion right out of the game.
That might be one of the worst calls I've ever seen in hockey. That is a horrible, horrible penalty call.
And Liggett on the power play just got away with a hold in the corner there, Craig.
Saika circles back, throws it to the net, kicked aside by Pouget.
I'd like to see him come out a little bit more on the on that puck when it's high, Craig. We got to get Raleigh out a little higher, I think.
Cycle it back for Saika, and he shoots, knocked down by Brisky. There's a matchup to watch. Scarfone with the shot, and gloved nicely and confidently by number 1, Pouget.
Yeah, that may have been going wide, but, you know, I think we're going to give him a shot on goal there, and a fine save by Pouget.
Absolutely.
Here it is on the replay. Inside the top of the circle, and makes a fine glove save.
Absolutely. And the Dragons are unable to
get tripped off the face-off there.
Scarfone back for Saika. Across to the other Saika. Quick shot, and it's in. Well, I'm not sure if Saika scored that goal or if it just trickled behind Raleigh, and his teammate number 11 knocked that in on a rebound.
Yeah, I think that was in already, Craig. From our point of view, it was, you know, shorthanded. It's 4-0. You know, he made a bunch of saves there. He kept him in. That one snuck between the arm and the shoulder, it looks like, and underneath the arm, and just kind of sneaked by.
Well, like you said earlier, Larry, and like we've been talking about in this period, Raleigh Pouget's been playing solid here in the second period with a lot more confidence, and you can't fault him on a lot of these, you know, some of these first 4 goals. But at some point you wonder, is the coach going to think about making a change just to maybe get a little energy out of this team?
Yeah, you might be right. He might might give that a whirl, but then again, there was another fine save by Raleigh. So I don't know what the coach is thinking right now.
It's a tough call. I think he's probably thinking what we're thinking, which is Raleigh's playing darn well, and it's certainly not his fault that the score is what it is. But again, you know, just kind of sometimes you got to do what you can do as a coach to change things up a little bit.
Yeah, and you know what, and I'm watching the Dragons here, Craig, and the opportunities they have been getting, they're shooting the puck over the net, and you're not going to score by missing the net in this game.
Yeah, and this is not look, you know, Luke Saika might not be the second coming of Terry Sawchuk, but he's a solid goaltender, well skilled, and you can see that he's his mechanics are really solid and good, and he's always in good position. And a goaltender like that, you're not going to snipe very often. You got to get traffic in front of them. You got to bang hard for rebounds, and it starts with a heavy forecheck, and that means getting after it.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right, and they're not doing that. But even that being said, you're not going to snipe this guy, but you're certainly not going to score if you shoot it over the net. So you got to increase your odds by putting it on the net into the goaltender.
Absolutely, and just there in the corner, Stockwell made a couple of nice moves to get around Grissom. But the play got back to the point, and the Dragons are able to control here.
And they got open men here, Craig, and they're just waiting too long to. They're just waiting too long to make the pass.
Too long to make the pass, Larry. And when they do make the pass, it's like slow motion.
The word mamby-pamby?
Very mamby-pamby-ish. It's kind of like mamby-pamby squared. You got to throw the ish on the end.
Absolutely. Well, here we go. We got the Chappie Littlecoat line out here. Let's see what kind of damage they can do.
Well, you ask for scrappy and hustle, and you're going to get it out of this line, I guarantee it. And there's Gould, picks himself up off the ice and gets right back after it, gets the puck to the net, and looking for some help there. He's not going to get it.
Yeah, but he made it nice. But he hustled his butt off to get back on the back check, and I like that.
Absolutely. Mr. Littlecoat steps into the Knights player and gets away with an extra shot there, but I guess that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay on one side, but not on the other. That was a head contact, I think, also.
Oh, yeah. Yates gains the offensive zone but loses the puck. Nyland chips it ahead but not out. Back in behind the net, and Otto will go in after it. 4 swings it around for number 9. Nyland loses a battle in the corner.
Weak on the puck there, Craig.
Number 16 just wants it a little bit more than the Dragons at this point.
Nyland's got to be harder on, more physical. It's got to be harder on that puck. Soft hand's not going to work here for a big defenseman like that.
I guess if you hit someone in the head with your elbow, it's okay.
Yeah, tonight it is, yes.
Yes, the Knights got away with an elbow there just along the boards. Oh, and the puck goes through. I'll tell you, sometimes you just have to sit back and watch, Larry.
That's kind of what I'm doing, and I'm sitting here watching what I'm seeing with the 2 senior defensemen on the ice, and the Dragons aren't coming anywhere close to clearing the puck.
The lack of intensity is appalling. Hard shot, wide of the net.
And there's some head contact there by number 7 to the Dragon player, number 12, and no call.
And he's going to walk right in. Soika walks right in. There's 3 Dragons standing right in front of their goaltender, and not one of them stands up to play the body as Soika just comes in and does what he wants in front of their net.
Yeah, I don't get it, Craig. I'm sorry, I'm speechless. Tough, believe it or not. It's almost impossible for me.
It's almost like the Dragons are all sitting back, looking around, waiting for someone else to do it. Teammate, pick me up, do something.
Yeah.
It's got to start with the thumb. You can't point the fingers outward. Someone's got to step up and say it's going to be me. And there it is.
There it is.
Mark Kirchner with a quick shot, and they beat the goaltender. And, well, you know what? Something positive to build on, right, Larry? It's a 4-1 game. The Dragons are able to get on the board.
Yep, and here we go. We got it breakout right 2-on-2 here with Kirchner coming in, uses a defenseman as a screen. Sidlowski in the slot as a little bit of a decoy. And right off the post and in the net, using that, closing the gap for that defenseman, caused a bigger screen, and I don't think Luke Soik ever saw the puck, Craig.
And how about that? The best place to beat a goaltender, low, a foot off the ice, bar in, and it's a tough save to make, and he's rewarded for getting the puck to the net.
And
boy,
I'm getting
the officiating here is just absolutely brutal tonight. That is an embarrassing call.
Guy comes out, scores a goal, gets a little bit of stick contact. The guy drops the stick. They call a slashing penalty. Here in your home rink on senior night, I'm trying to figure this out, Craig.
It is unbelievable the type of officiating you tend to get here at DSC, and tonight is a special night because they sent the A-team in tonight.
Yeah.
And a high stick off of Strauss's head and no call right in front of and he should have seen it because it was right at about 4'8" because Strauss was bent over a little bit.
And you call it the A-team, meaning the abominable team?
It's Kazoo, and I don't know who this is here, Peter Griffin?
No, Quisp. We got the Quisp guy and Kazoo.
Quisp and Kazoo. I don't even know if that's a men's size there in the corner.
And then Strauss just gets away with a check from behind, and their guy gets away with a hold and a hook. So
and the Dragons are able to clear the zone, and a little trouble connecting there for the Knights as Josh Soika falls and loses an edge in the neutral zone.
You got 4:39 left here in the second. It's 1 minute left on the Dragon kill. Let's get her done here, Craig.
And they try to run a play through the neutral zone. It kind of breaks down near side, but Campu picks it up. Back to Grissom for a quick shot, and Raleigh thinks he has it, but wants to look behind him just to be sure.
Yeah, well, you never, if you're not sure, just stay still in my estimation. But let's get the Dragons to win the draw here, clear the puck, and get rid of this penalty kill.
You know, a lot of times that side-to-side motion in a goalie's head will suggest a lack of confidence. So you like to see him, like you said, keep it forward. Assume you got it, because if it's behind you, there's not a whole lot you can do with it.
Right, so just don't move until the whistle blows.
Burschback with the puck, and Latshaw with the puck, cycles it back. Latshaw on the kill with the freshman Drew Casey and Nyland and Otto on defense. 17 seconds left in the power play.
And offsides, and that was a delayed call. And I was wondering if he was going to blow the whistle. I think he got it. I think he got the whistle caught down in his pants, Craig, with his hands in his pocket.
I said, you know what, Larry, I'll tell you what. I said earlier that I thought this was the A team they sent in, but I'm mistaken. It looks like it's the FM crew because they're working on a 30-second delay.
There you go. It's kind of like the difference between watching HD TV and regular TV in the same room.
There you go. Exactly. Boy, that'd be rough hearing me twice about 30 seconds apart. All right, and the Knights break out, and that'll do it for the power play. And Kirshner's back out on the ice. 26 gains the offensive zone. He's looking across to the middle. Quick shot, steered aside by Pouget.
Yeah, and that should have blown the whistle with a man in the crease, and they didn't call that. So
back to the point, 26
and
with
a
shot,
great
right
save
into the
right there by Pouget. That's you know, his teammates ought to be giving him a pat on the head there because that was a fine save by Raleigh.
I think he just got a pat on the head by the captain.
Yeah, there you see it, the slap shot from the top of the circle, and the fine glove save and the clear of the Liggett player by Nyland. I wish he would have pushed him a little bit harder, though.
Absolutely. And an offsides. Like a
let's see what
quasi-delayed offsides became an offsides.
Yeah, I'm kind of liking this replay, Craig. I wish we would have had it earlier in the season so we'd have got all the bugs out of the program.
Absolutely. And Raleigh's going to cover that one. I would have liked to have seen him play it, but you know what? The way the Dragons have been moving the puck tonight, it's probably a better play to do what he did.
Yep, start afresh, win the draw, and get a nice breakout and make it 4-2 before we go into the locker room.
Absolutely. And he can't hold the line. Grissom can't handle the pass back to the point. He's going to cycle back, though, and try to gain the zone, and he's bothered by Sidlowski, and he's not happy about it. Stepping up is Kirshner, throws it in deep. Ryan's got to get on his horse to force this, and he does. Grissom's going to give him a shot, but the youngster fights through it.
Grissom's got a hook on him, Craig, and there's no call.
Wow.
Can you believe this?
Fantastic. Well, it's a patriotic crew. They're liking what they see in the red, white, and blue. Shot in front. Rebound.
Two great saves by Raleigh.
And he's going to gather it. Nice play.
You know what? That's a fine play by Raleigh. That was two consecutive saves in a row. And here we go. We'll get a good look at it. Puck goes in, a save on the right post. Going for the wraparound. And Raleigh gets
Squares
back.
Up.
There you go. Makes a save here and a rebound right here. He makes a save on. Lunges out, covers up the puck. What a great play by the goalie, number one, the senior on senior night, Raleigh Pouget.
And how about Gronowski taking care of business in front of the net so that Pouget has the time to reach out and gather up that rebound?
Yeah, it's the unsung hero play by the defenseman that you like, that taking care of the forward.
Absolutely. Oh, and the puck bounces high, and boy, that's a tough play for a goalie. He had no idea where that puck was.
Here we
and
go.
Now comes Mesta with speed. He's going to get around the defenseman. Oh, but he loses an edge. Throws it back. He's got help from Casey. Back in for Mesta. Looking for Brisky out front. He can't get it to him. Brisky's battling with two Knights, and he holds him at bay.
Brisky was hooked. Had two sticks between his legs there, Craig.
Unbelievable. Takes a little shot, little love tap to the back. Straw stepping up into play. Cycles around the net and turns it over to the Knights. Come out with speed. 11 looking for his partner on the weak side. Steps in, and the net comes off, and we're going to get a whistle. Looks like that's going to stay inside the zone. I think the Dragons knocked that off the net.
Yeah, and that was
the
another.
ref's talking to the goaltender Pouget.
Yeah, well, that was another good save by Raleigh also, because the puck was shot on net. But you know, I'm not sure that these referees even understand English.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't think Raleigh had any idea what he was saying to him right there. Clearly, Raleigh wasn't knocking that off the net, or knocking the net off intentionally.
No,
he'd be doing it all night if he was doing it intentionally. Bach with the puck over to Page and out through the neutral zone, and Strauss is getting after it, so we got a defenseman pinching up in the play. Stockwell can't hold it in. And out come the Knights.
And that's offsides.
And no whistle on the offsides.
Yeah, it's gone in. You know, I guess I'm the former hockey coach, hockey parent kind of guy here, Craig, and I want to stand up and yell at these guys, and I'm doing everything in my power not to do that, because they blow the offsides. They don't call the offsides when the puck's down at the goal line. They wait till the Dragons get a clear breakout, and the referee blows it dead instead of the linesman. I haven't figured this out.
Got a fresh pair of D out here with the Stockwell line, and Page is able to control in the corner. He's looking for help. He can't. He tries to get it to Stockwell. I think the better play might have been to throw it around to Latshaw behind the net.
Yeah, it's still a good play, though.
Yep.
He fought hard in the corner and made a nice play.
And he's going to come back, and he hustles on the back check, gets rewarded as they break out. Stockwell through the neutral zone. He tries to sidestep the Knights player. They're going to have to regroup at the blue line, and it's going to be offsides.
Yeah, we had two forwards going deep there, Craig. It was just a bad circumstance where Otto couldn't get out of the offensive zone.
Yeah, I think instincts took over as Stockwell tries to make a play at the blue line and made it difficult to gain the offensive zone there without going offsides. Nice face-off win by Sidlowski.
Walked in clean.
Gaiwa tries to cycle it back, but he's got nothing but Knights on him. Oh, and out in front, and a quick shot by Sidlowski goes wide. Otto stepping in. Clearly the Dragons are looking to step in with the D, and that's going to be the end of the second period.
And I'd call that period, you know, a draw, 1-1. Dragons put the puck in the net. Dragons were able to kill one penalty. They gave up a power play goal to the powerful Knights, but I think they're playing with a little more fire. I think Riley had a phenomenal period there, Craig.
A little more fire. I think the goaltending battle was certainly even, if not won a little bit by Raleigh, who had to make, I think, more of the tough saves. Well, that's what happens in hockey. You got to take baby steps before you can start running. And they were able to stem the tide a little bit. It's still a 3-goal differential, but from an energy perspective and a momentum perspective, I certainly like the Dragons' position more going into the second intermission than the first.
Yeah, absolutely, Craig. I think that they got a little momentum to build off them, and before we go to break here, we'll give you the shots on goal, the totals for the second period.
Well, while we're getting that, let's give a shout out to the Dragons sponsors across the ice. We've got the sponsors on the Bleeding Dragon banner, Golling GMC Buick, right there on Lapeer Road, and right below them are Vaughn Hockey. Mike and Arlene, longtime residents of the area, and their son Calvin, a former Lake Orion Dragon hockey player, and Frank Rewald and Sons Construction. Also a sponsor this year, Complete Tooling Solutions, CTS, and Health Quest. John Cross's father. I'm sorry.
Phil Cross.
My bad.
Sorry.
With Health Quest and David Otto Sr. with Automatic Sales and Consulting. So they're your sponsors. And Larry, shots on goal after 2.
All right. Well, thanks to our sponsors. Always great to have good sponsors. After 2 periods, we got Dragons had 5 in the second period, 2-period total of 10. The Liggett Knights had 16 with a 2-period total of 27. So 2/3 of the way through the game, the Dragons being outshot 27-10, and down on the scoreboard 4-1 for Liggett.
Wow, a little surprising. I didn't expect them to have been outshot that much in the second period, but there you go. Well, here we're going to take a short break here for intermission, but when we come back for the third period of action with your Lake Orion Dragons, please stay tuned to ONTV. We're bringing Lake Orion to the world. welcome back to third period action here on ONTV. Coverage of Lake Orion Dragon hockey. We start the third period with a 3-goal deficit, 4-1. The visiting Liggett Knights over the Dragons. And boy, Larry, what we noticed coming out of the break is something we don't usually see, and that's the Dragons team first back to the bench, first out on the ice. And boy, you like to think that the coaches maybe lit a fire under these guys a little bit, and we might see them play with a little bit of spirit here in the third period.
Well, let's hope so. They got a goal in the second period. This game is not over by any means. Liggett plays with a short bench. Dragons play with a long bench, a lot of players. Maybe they can capitalize on, have a little more energy than the little bit tired Liggett Knights.
Well, you like to think so. The one thing I'll say that I've noticed in the first two periods more than anything is the lack of speed on the blue line for the Knights. I think the Dragons can get behind them if they just play with a little more up-tempo. And here's a quick shot right off the opening face-off. And they're going to say that's not a high stick, and I don't know how you don't call that.
Yeah, that's a high stick, and it could turn over right into a goal right here. And I'm lost. It takes 2 seconds in the third period, and I'm speechless with these officials.
This is a really weak crew, I have to admit. I guess that's about all I can say about it at this point.
Yeah, and Liggett's looking to the referees every time the Dragons do something a little bit abnormal in their opinion.
Otto steps in, shot wide. Boy, those shots that are on net always have a better chance of going in. Nyland back in chase into the corner. Looking for some help. He's not going to get it as two Knights circle in for the puck. Now the Dragons are able to bottle it up in front, and Sidlowski comes out with it in a serpentine pattern.
The old figure eight, the old serpentine pattern. Nice stretch test there by Liggett, but we may have to save that one for next year's broadcast, Craig.
I wasn't sure if that was a breakout or if he was trying to elude an alligator.
Yeah, either way, it worked effectively for alligator fending off or breakout.
Absolutely. Now the puck comes out from behind the net and out to the point. Number 8's going to take a wrist shot, and he's going to send that about 6 feet over the crossbar.
That's
lucky for him it had an arc on it because it hit the glass and not the netting. Raleigh will cover it up, and he'll be happy to take another face-off and hope that he doesn't see 3 more shots off this face-off.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm not sure what I'm seeing with the body language right now out of the Dragons, but I'd like to see some sustained effort here out of the first few shifts to see if everybody's engaged in this game.
Well, we just saw a horrible pass out of number 6 Bach. You know, easy stick-to-stick pass, and he missed his defensive partner by 4 feet.
Yeah, you got to be crisp on the passes. You got to go tape to tape, and you got to get the feet moving and break out with speed. And we try a little toe drag play at the blue line, and the Knights are going to come right back in. Brisky bothers him. No call, surprisingly. And a big rebound out front there. That's not where you want to leave it if you're a goaltender.
Oh, good cover up by Bach there. And that was not offsides, but he called it anyway.
He might have forgot which game he was calling. Once again, the shot was off before the whistle blew. But they're going to call offsides on the play nonetheless. Stockwell gets pushed off the puck on the face-off. And out through the neutral zone, number 13 with some speed. Quick shot, and Raleigh baits him into a glove side save.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that wasn't prime goaltending positioning there, Craig.
I'm going to go ahead and say from a bad angle, he had about 50% of the net to shoot at.
Well, I would say here's the replay, and let's look at it as and I'd say 65% of the net, Craig.
And he handles that fluttering knuckleball pretty easily. A good shot there, and I think you got a 5-1 game.
Yep, and the Dragons waste no time in icing the puck off the faceoff.
The number 13, Abdelnauer, put everything he had into that one.
Face-off win by Stockwell.
Page up the far side, dumps it in, goes after it. Good hustle by Page. Boy, you need some help on those battles down in. We're outnumbered every time I see the Dragons on the boards.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it was a lazy play by the Liggett defenseman, number 7, Grissom, and the Dragons couldn't take advantage of it.
And I think that Lake Orion, the Lake Orion forecheck, my apologies, relies a lot on positioning and not as much on forcing the action. And I think sometimes the players got to be able to read and react and take what the other team's giving them.
Right, and that's not happening tonight for sure, Craig. I don't know what we have here. I can't even tell with this Cirque du Soleil threesome here. I don't know what we're seeing.
Absolutely. Well, it certainly doesn't help to get a poorly called game when you're trying to battle from a deficit. Psycho with the puck, beats Gould, takes it in deep.
Beats Nyland.
Skates around with impunity.
Impunity.
Someone has got to put a body on somebody.
It hasn't happened tonight yet, Craig.
You know what? This is a figure skating rink, and I think they should put the music on. Can someone go down and talk to Mr. Strauss and get some dainty little music playing right now?
Ballet music would be good.
I'll take a penalty right now. Somebody hit somebody. Wow.
You know what? I think right now it's time that Coach Field call a timeout, put the 3rd and 4th line out there, play your number 5 and 6 defensemen. Well, I would say,
Larry.
Here you go. Your impunity is we got a puck coming. They make a nice play behind the net in the corner. Comes out front, goes off a Dragon player, and Pouchet has to make a save off a Dragon player. Not a good play, Craig.
No, not at all. And the puck's in the net.
Puck's in the net because you got your defenseman standing around watching the puck instead of playing the body, Craig.
That was pretty clear. I was actually watching on the monitor there, Larry, and we'll get another look at it. But as the Dragons' defense stand around, a pass from the corner, and it gets chipped right in, kind of like the play before, except there was no Knight there to bury it last time.
Yeah, you have you got both Dragon defensemen in front of the net and no center or defenseman behind the net where the puck was, Craig. Pretty tough to explain why this type of play is going on tonight. I was hoping for a little better effort out of the Dragons. And we haven't seen it.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll go back to my football days in high school. My football coach, Chuck Gordon at Westland John Glenn, would say, it's gut check time, boys. And it's time to discover who the men and who the boys are.
Yeah.
And this is the time where you got to step up. You got to show that you got some pride in what you do. And, hey, if the other team's more talented than us, fine. They'll beat us on the scoreboard. But you got to stand up and you got to fight for your ground.
And I totally agree with you, Craig. You got to fight. You got to play hard. And there's the first real body check we've seen.
And it's a penalty.
And it's a penalty.
Unbelievable.
So we're gonna have to try to understand what the official saw here. Okay. Let's see what.
And is he going to call that?
No, he's not calling.
The hit after the whistle?
He's not calling the second penalty, Craig. And do you mind if I take my headset off and give this guy a piece of my mind?
By all
here?
means.
Okay.
I cannot believe that right in front of him, after the whistle,
he's calling a boarding on a good body check.
A player gets boarded and there's no call. Incredible. This if Coach Field has the opportunity, he needs to put this game under review, because this officiating is absolutely embarrassing.
Well, I'm an unbiased party here. I don't have a son in the program anymore, Craig, and I've seen a lot of hockey. And you know, now you're getting to the point where you can't even make a body check without a call, and then you earlier in the game call a mamby-pamby retaliation on number 9 Stockwell, and the retaliation play here is a full body check after the whistle with no call. So I don't understand.
Well, and you have Sidlowski stepping up, being a leader. Playing the body. It's not his game. His game's more of a skill game, and yet he does what he should do, and he's trying to energize his team, and he gets penalized for it by a referee who's lazy, can't keep up with the play, and hasn't made a good call all night.
Yeah, I don't even know if he realizes this is MSHA high school hockey or whether he's officiating Might No Check League.
Well, let's get back into the action here as the Dragons, even on a 4-on-5, are able to hold their own here so far, a minute into the power play for the Knights.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And here's another hold that's not going to get called along the boards.
Sorry to lament on the officiating. I'm just an emotional kind of guy, Craig.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mesta did a nice job of tying that up. He took another 12, 13 seconds off the clock, and now it goes in deep into the offense or into the Dragon zone. Grissom holds it in for a second, but Brisky clears the length of the ice, and we'll get some fresh legs out here for the Dragons. Gould and Kirshner over the wall. Grissom tries a quick one-time pass, and it goes back into the Knight zone.
I'm a big fan of the opposing player in the backwards pass to nobody, Craig.
That was definitely worked out well for us. For the Dragons.
Yes, 16 seconds to weather the storm here on another late offsides call by I don't even know what to call these guys.
Well, 14 seconds left in the penalty, Larry. It looks like you're running a clock tonight. Looks like Mr. Birschbeck might have been slow with the right thumb to stop the clock there.
Well, I think that would be Spartan Bob, possibly.
Nice deflection. Good. Hey, shot to the net, deflected by Kirshner. You're shorthanded, and you get a nice scoring chance there.
And you make the goalie make a save.
Make these plays. Absolutely. Here come the Knights. Nyland steps into Soika. Makes a play out front. Soika with a backhand goes deep into the corner. Otto in the corner plays it ahead to Gaiwa.
And played it ahead to nobody.
Back to Kirshner. Out to Sidlowski. Off the wall. I just am not seeing the level of urgency out of some of these players, and it's surprising to me the number of seniors that I'm seeing play with what appears to be a lack of emotion tonight, Larry.
And, you know, this may be the last home game of the regular season. I don't know if they have a playoff home game, but, you know, when the playoffs start, you all start at 0, and everybody's got equal opportunity to move along in the state playoffs. And you want to be going in with some momentum. You don't want to go in on your heels. You minimize your chances to go far in the playoff drive, Craig.
And the mentality appears to be to survive the game. That's what I'm watching. That's what I think I'm watching.
And there's another hook behind the call, and Bozo the Clown did make the call here.
And now and a nice little give and go by Casey and Nesta, but Casey just can't get enough blade on it to direct it in, and it goes just wide.
Right, and look at that. There's a Soika back in the penalty box. They've had 4 penalties, 3 by the Soikas, and 1 by the rest of the team. But they are good players, just they play with an edge, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Hey, if you play physical hockey, sometimes you're going to get a little over exuberant, or you might get your stick tied up in the equipment a little bit, and that stuff happens. Or you just might step into a player for the heck of it.
Yeah, you never know.
Back on the regroup, Strauss settling things behind the net. Brings it out, moves it ahead to Kirshner up the left wing. Looking for his options, and he fans on a centering pass, tries to throw it in deep, but Grissom intercepts. And out come the Knights, and it looks like they might have something here. Nope, but it's thrown away, and Strauss will bring it back the other way for the Dragons.
Good thing the Knights missed the quick outlet, and there would have been a breakaway there, Craig.
Absolutely. Strauss is going to try to make something happen here. Maybe gets away with a little bit of a hook with this crew calling the game.
I think that the Liggett player got away with a trip there behind the play. It was a little inadvertent, but it looked like a trip to me.
Oh, minute 3 in a power play, and here comes Sidlowski with speed, and he's going to try to do something here. Takes it into the corner, looking for, nobody's getting open here. Otto's calling for it, but his stick's about 11 feet off the ice. And nobody gets in front. You got 2 guys banging around the crease, but nobody steps in front of that goaltender to give a screen.
Well, and then you got the captain cruising to the boards there. You You know, I'm a big fan of what, you know, sometimes I mention our two players, Shane and Dylan. You know, they were the two loudest players on the ice. If they were open, you knew it.
Yeah,
and
you got to call for the puck.
I didn't, you know,
be seen.
You can put the stick up in the ice. I'm ready for the one-timer. But when your player's coming around the net, he may not have his head up. You got to talk to your teammate.
Absolutely. Mesta with the puck. Back for Casey. Steps in over to the other point. Nyland with a shot. Rebound. And the Dragons can't get there, but that's a nice play there, Larry.
Excellent play. Great pass across. And an excellent save by the goaltender as well.
Mesta with the puck. Or I'm sorry, that's Latshaw.
Another deflection.
Shot by Nyland into the corner now. Page steps in. Nice play.
And he's held in the corner with no call.
He's totally got both arms wrapped around him. Looked like a Valentine's Day hug, Larry.
There you
Might
go.
want to send him a bouquet next week.
Nyland outskates Soika to the puck.
Soika walks in. Shot steered away and cleared by the defenseman, or the Mesta stepping in.
Interference by Soika behind the net, not called.
Here comes Casey with speed. He's looking for his options, and Latshaw goes in early.
I want you to tell me how he can call offsides from down there in the corner, Craig, to see if he lifted his foot or not.
Yeah, and we'll let you listen to the sounds of the game for a while.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, it's got all the makings of a beer league mismatch.
Yeah, but the only difference is everybody's wearing matching uniforms.
Looks like a C League, D League matchup.
Yep, and I think the Dragons coaching staff scratching their head over there to see what they can do to generate some momentum in the last 5:35 to carry this over into the playoff season.
Absolutely. The only advice I would have, Larry, is I found myself in this situation several times as a coach. And what I'd like to do is I'd turn to my bench and I'd say, okay, guys, you're playing for ice time now.
Yep, who wants it?
And I'd follow through on it. If you don't go out there and give me an honest effort and everything you've got, you're going to be sitting next to me and you can watch the game just like I'm watching it.
I agree with you, Craig. That's a fair assessment of what to do. And there was
another offsides.
Clearly offsides.
Well, because we got a linesman standing at the red line and Bobo over there on the other side on the same red line. Nobody's on the blue line, not in position to make the call.
And it was shoved in with his hand. It was shoved in with his hand, and he missed the call. Unbelievable. I don't think these guys have a clue. Nobody's in position.
Shoved it in with his hand.
You know. Hey, that was a hand.
Can we get a replay on that? All right. Well, it certainly looked like it was pushed in by his hand, but it's a goal nonetheless, and it's a 6-1 lead for the Knights as they win the faceoff. And Littikote steps in to break up the play. Stockwell and Chase as he chases number 21.
Even if it wasn't pushed in by his hand, Craig, you can't have one Liggett player beating two Dragon defensemen to the puck and scoring while falling down.
That's an effort goal. It just got clearly outworked.
But once again, I don't think the officials are in position. I'd love a zoom in on the linesman's right toe as he's standing there in the figure skating posture.
Yeah, these guys are mailing this one in. Well, a little break in the action. We're going to have a face-off to the left of the goaltender, and all those love taps will go uncalled, and we'll be even strength here. Okay. Well, we got a replay queued up here, and the play, he reaches out and he plays it with his stick. I guess his glove was flying there, one of the Dragons' gloves. which looked like he played it with a hand, but that was a clean play as the Knights player was being dragged down.
Yeah, it sure was a clean goal there. And we're back to the same thing we saw, Craig. I'm going to make a play-by-play call, and a shot high and over the net.
Yeah.
By Kirchner.
You got to put the pucks on net. But you shoot the puck hard, sometimes it's going to sail on you, but too many times. A lot of rebounds here, and boy, Raleigh is getting his money's worth on senior night because he might face 50 shots tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's going to be every bit of 40, Craig, and there's an offsides again they've not called.
And a shot wide.
Okay,
oh, and he calls it.
This is the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen in high school hockey. We've seen a lot of high school games, Craig. We each saw 3 years previous to this, and this line calling tonight may be the worst line calling ever in 4 seasons of varsity hockey.
That's got to be embarrassing for a linesman to routinely make offsides calls as the puck is banging off the glass or the end board.
In that particular instance, it was long after it hit the end board.
No call on the trip, so we'll take that. Guy with a shot, steered aside by Soika. Thrown in deep, delayed offsides, and Sidlowski clears the zone, comes back in. Kirchner with a shot near net and up into the netting. Well, you got 2:53 to play here, Larry. It's a 6-1 game, and you're just looking for little tiny positive wins here at this point.
Yeah, and I think you're right. You got 2:53 to go. There's a lot of things I could say in the color commentary chair tonight, but that might get me relieved of my duties for next year, and I'm looking forward to it next year. So some things might be better left unsaid.
13 with a shot, and Raleigh, the man on the spot, is
stops another
makes a
shot.
nice glove save. Well, I'll tell you, you know, another one of my favorites to tell the kids is every day's a tryout. And boy, I'll tell you, with 2:41 to play, that'd be my message for these Dragons. For you returning guys, you need to show me something tonight the rest of the way.
And
it's going to be waved off. Is the
and
it's not waved off, even though his partner is waving it off.
It's appalling, Craig, to see this type of officiating. I think these guys are new or came over from the Mite game that ended at 5:30. But on that play,
you might have to carry us out. I'm going to bite the end of my tongue off, Larry. You can finish this thing out.
I might want to call EMS. But what you saw on that play by the Dragons is you had Brisky breaking wide open in the neutral zone, and they made the wrong pass. He looked at him and then took the puck up the boards, and it was an icing. Well, maybe it was an icing.
Wow, and an instant offsides. How about that call?
Well, I'm going to have to yell good call there, ref. Excellent work. Sorry, I'm raising my voice. I'm speechless. Let's let the last 2:22 go, and we won't say anything.
I'm sure that's not going to happen.
By you, maybe.
Nice move by Grebe to cycle it back the other way as the Dragons break out. Gronowski picks it up.
I like the way Liggett converges on the puck in the neutral zone, Craig. I like that philosophy that their coach has. It seems that 2 guys in the neutral zone are always on the puck.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're definitely playing an aggressive style of hockey. Nice play, Demesta. Tries to wrap around, and a nice save by Soika.
This is a really good shift by Grebe here, as he's had a nice game, in my opinion, for the Dragons. Probably one of the more solid defenders in the limited ice time he's seen.
Agreed. Well, let's get a look at this replay as Mesta cycles around and tries for the wraparound, and boy, he just didn't quite get all the way around on that as it was coming north when you want it going south across that goal line.
Yep, and Grebe was there for the errant puck and just took a swipe at it and wasn't able to get a piece of it.
Just missed the rebound. And Strauss from the point. Nice glove save by Soika with a little traffic in front as Littikote cuts to the front to try to get a screen or a deflection. And they're going to chit-chat. exchange some pleasantries as we drop the puck to the right of Luke Soika. Well, it's got to be fun for the Soikas to watch all three sons playing on the same team.
Yeah, because this is it for them, as playing together as a family. But what a great season for the Soika family. Good point there, Craig.
Absolutely. And they'll be starting up their playoffs soon as well in Division III. And I got to believe this team will make a pretty deep run in Division III with obviously teams like Cranbrook standing in their way, but could be an interesting and long run for these guys.
Yeah, Cranbrook's always in the way in Division III because Coach Wiedenbach has decided that he wants to play in Division III so he can win state titles instead of playing Division I or II where he should be playing.
Absolutely agree. Couldn't agree more.
It's been nice the last few years where he's not won the state title, and his little plan to win every state title has kind of gone by the wayside with a couple teams from other parts of the state. Public schools winning that D3 title.
Yeah. Well, and Raleigh makes another nice save as the Knights are piling up shots here as we are in the last minute of play. 45 seconds to play in the game. It's 6-1, the Knights over your hometown Dragons, and we're just looking for something positive here to finish off this game. Jake Chappie ahead to Gould, intercepted by the Knights.
Well, you know,
and we're going to get a cross-check call.
No,
just one call for good measure. Yeah, for good measure, a cross-check. Fantastic. That's some solid officiating. Go ahead, get your money's worth now. And a trip after the whistle, and I'm sure that won't be called by Kazoo.
I think that I'm very tempted to go down to the referee's locker room, tell him who I am. Tom, I was the color commentator for the TV broadcast, and I'm appalled by their officiating. But I think my judgment tells me I better not do that.
Yeah, I think I'd use restraint there. There's nothing to talk about with these guys. I'm surprised that they're even certified to call a high school game. Number 4 with the puck as time runs down, 10 seconds to play. The Dragons just looking to finish this one off. 5 seconds.
37 shots now.
3 seconds. Do you believe in miracles? Oh, I'm sorry. That's a different show. All right. Well, hey, rough night on senior night. Not exactly the send-off you want to see for your seniors, but I'll tell you, the Dragons earned it.
Yeah.
And I guess you got the final tally on shots, Larry, and it's not quite as ugly as I expected, but ugly nonetheless.
No, it's 7 for the Dragons in the third, 10 for Liggett in the third. Dragons are outshot 37-17 for the game, and the shots on goal were not indicative of the way the Dragons were outplayed, outmanned, outmuscled in pretty much every facet tonight. And if I had to pick a Dragons first star, even giving up 6 goals, I'd say Raleigh Pouchet's up there for me.
You might have to give him the second and third star as well, Larry, because I don't know that I could pick out anyone else except maybe give one to Mr. Kirshner, who seemed to play with a little bit of zest and put the puck in the net, obviously.
Yep,
but
and I like
I'll tell you, the 37-17 was indicative of being dominated. But like you said, I think scoring chance-wise, I'll bet quality scoring chances, I'd have to say, were at least 15 to maybe 3 for the Dragons.
I'd say you're right, and and I just don't understand. I can't, and I think the Dragons probably shot the puck over the net half a dozen times, and we talked about that a little bit during the broadcast. So, it's senior night, and they got a little celebration. It'll be pretty tough to celebrate up there in the celebration room, but I'm sure they'll figure out a way, and hopefully they get it all straightened out for the playoffs, Greg. It's great doing the games with you. I really appreciate it.
Well, hey, it's been my pleasure as well, Larry, and well, that's it for the regular season, folks, and it's been our pleasure to bring you Lake Orion Dragons hockey. Bit of a downer to finish off with on the scoreboard, but it certainly has been a pleasure, and it's been a lot of fun all year long, and appreciate all the help, Larry. You've done a fantastic job, and it's been a lot of fun. So thank you very much. And for Larry Rosen and myself, Craig Stockwell, thank you, Lake Orion, and we'll see you soon. And don't forget, stay classy, Lake Orion.
Thanks, Craig. See you next year.
Good night, folks.